Buddy, it's Coaching Secrets Day. I'm Katie Matson from Momentum Coaching, and today I want to talk to you about a principle that I talk to a lot of my clients about, and that is response versus reaction. So, we've all reached those moments in our lives where somebody has cut us off in the middle of traffic, or our boss has said something that didn't sit quite right, or a friend said something that triggered us in some way, and we react in a negative way. We snap at them, we get defensive, we don't take responsibility for the comment, or we don't respond in such a way that, says, hey, I understand what you're saying and I know that you're worried, but I have this under control and thank you for your concern. We don't say it that way. We say it in a way that is less than favorable and often keeps us thinking about it later and really gets us feeling upset about it for a longer period of time than it should. So, I want to talk to you today about something you can do that's really, really easy to combat that stress response and take the reaction out of it and have a favorable response instead. So, I like to compare this to getting a cold. What happens when you get a cold? You start to have a sore throat and you start to feel kind of gross. You have some body aches and you just don't feel good. And so I really want you to think about what it is that you do. You start to take preventative action, right? You have a cup of tea with some lemon in it, or maybe some honey to soothe your sore throat, or you get something from your medicine cabinet that will take care of the stuffiness that you have in your nose. You take a bit long nap if you want, and so we do a lot of things to try to ward off this cold, right? We can do the same thing with our reactions to people and circumstances. So I want you to think about what are your symptoms when these things happen. Some of us get a huge pit in our stomachs. Some of us get sweaty palms. Some of us get a need to talk way too much, and some of us get a need to not talk at all and put up a wall. So I want you to think about what it is that happens to you. Is there a big long sigh that happens? What are the steps that lead up to you reacting to a situation? They can be external or they can be internal. It's different for everybody. So really start paying attention to that. That's step one. What are your symptoms to reaction? Then I want you to start taking some time, once you're aware of those steps, the response phase will come in after that. So once you become aware of what your symptoms are, then you can start putting a little bit of a gap in time. So this might be 5 or 10 seconds, it might be less, where you stop and think, what is really true about this situation? Is how I'm taking this really how I need to be taking this? Or am I putting more emphasis and more importance on the events that are happening than I need to be? So I want you to really think about what else could be true in this situation. And then in that little gap of time, take a breath and respond to the person that you're talking to or the event that's happening instead of reacting. Because when we react to things, we're really the only one who carries that emotional energy with us. Somebody might cut us off in traffic, and we're really the only ones who are holding on to that 5-10 minutes down the road, talking about the idiot who cut us off in traffic, when that idiot is on their way to work and has totally not even realized that they've done it or really just doesn't care. So stop hanging on to other people's stuff and release it and take on what you really need to be taking on and let everything else go. So practice this little response versus reaction piece the next time you find yourself in an event or a situation that gets a rise out of you, and see how it works and let me know how it went. Again, my name is Katie Matson. That's your coaching secret for this week. And I invite you to come over to the newsletter subscription on www.energizeyourmoment.com to subscribe for the newsletter, because I'd love to have you on the list and you can get even more coaching tips every month there. Have a great day, and thanks so much for watching.